Hey, what's up everybody? Okay, so today we're going to do the quick and easy sugar diet. So first off, let's talk about what are the macros, what are the types of foods we're going to have in this sugar diet. So really what we're doing is we're having sugar sources. That's our main bag here is we're going to be eating sugar all day long, no matter which version of this sugar diet you do follow. Secondly, we're going to be doing protein. We'll get into that in a second. Thirdly, we're going to be adding starches, and we'll talk about fats in a second near the end of the video. So first, let's talk about sugar sources. So I'm going to have an infographic here so you guys can check it out. So what do we have? We have fruits, we have berries, melons. Those are all fruits, but I'm just giving you different ideas. We're going to do juices, so fruit juices of all kinds. Added sugar is welcome. You can add sugar to those if they're not sweet enough. That's perfectly fine. We're gonna be able to have vegetables throughout the day. So even though it's not very sugary, but technically still in the sugar zone, there are vegetable sugars in there, even though they're so minimal. So that's in that category as well. And then we're gonna have things like additions, like white table sugar, honey, maple syrup. We can do candy, fat-free, marshmallows, same thing. We can have, those are more additions. So ideally, for best results, you're going to have fruit as the centerpiece of your diet, and then those other things are more add-ons as far as the syrups and candies and stuff like that. But use them freely at the beginning, especially when you're trying to figure this thing out. Everybody is coming from a different place. Some people might have a ton of weight to lose, and some people might just want to coast and see how things go and just get their energy levels up. So in that case, that might change how much of the additional stuff you're going to have, like candy and so on. Okay, so next things up is protein. When I say protein, it's going to be lean as you can get. I've heard this statement before coming from more of the vegetarian community, but the fat you eat is the fat you wear. So keep the protein lean, keep the fat off the protein. So what kind of things are we going to be talking about here? Is chicken breast. It's always pretty lean. White fish. There's different types of whitefish you can look into. Most of them are lean, like tuna and tilapia and stuff like that. Bodybuilders have been eating that kind of stuff for forever for a reason. Egg whites, so without the yolk, it's basically virtually fat-free completely. We're gonna do protein powders. You can do lean turkey, zero fat Greek yogurt or any kind of yogurt that's zero fat. Extra lean ground beef is probably okay in moderation. And we have, say, gelatin, which can make jello, or you could just add it as a thickener. You can make almost like an applesauce, which I'll explain at another point. Okay, moving on. So we have starches. Starches, you're gonna have maybe white rice, potatoes, pasta, cereal, which is fat-free. Bread's also fat-free. So these are things you can incorporate there. And then fat, the thing I was leaving to the end. Use the fat that's on your body. If you're trying to lose fat, you don't need to eat more fat. You have enough healthy fats on your body. You don't have to keep, guzzling them down, especially when you're eating all this sugar. It's the last thing you want to do. And when people say, oh, carbs may be fat, it's actually going to be the fat and carb combination that made somebody fat. There's people that can go on keto diets and lose weight as well. It's a little different. There's some different ways it works. You're going to feel probably really awful doing that, so I wouldn't recommend that at all. But the fact is, you shouldn't be mixing fats and carbohydrates at high amounts at any point. If fat loss is your goal and staying lean is your goal, and having good energy and insulin function and metabolic function, those are all factors to do with combining carbs and fats. So that's why this diet works so well, is because we're taking the fat out of the diet. Your body does need some fat in the day, and it's going to use the fat that's on your body to do that. So I didn't really get into, and this is not the video for it necessarily, but briefly of timing. So like I said, you're going to eat sugar all day long whenever you crave it. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. That's pretty straightforward. A lot of people are doing maybe lean protein at night with some starch. This makes it more doable for the long term. So you might do that, once a day. You're going to have a meal that's more quote unquote normal, but don't worry about normal. Just be yourself. Eat whatever the heck is getting you results. And then you're not adding fat at any point. You don't have to add the starch and protein every day. You can go a day without that and see how that goes. Then you can go several days without that and see how it goes. Nothing wrong with eating fruits and vegetables, completely healthy. Hopefully this explains to you guys maybe some of the foods that are in the diet, because I get that question a lot. You know, what are the actual foods that I'm supposed to eat? So this is more of a video about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and we'll catch you next video.